What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Gameball with your host Matson Montilla. And today we don't have one guest, but we have two. They're both related. They're brothers, Jack and Dan Nauseef. How you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Doing pretty good, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys can make it. Come on, have you guys done a lot of interviews together growing up in high school or anything?
Not
really.
I did a few my senior year because the media was kind of picking up, but I don't know if we've ever done a duel.
We've done one kind of interview, but it wasn't together.
Yeah.
It's actually coming out soon on Clemson Plus. It's like a brothers special.
Okay.
With us and then Dylan and Chase.
Okay, you guys the best brother duo?
I think so. 2-on-2, we'd take them.
For sure.
Have you guys played 2-on-2 before?
We should.
We should.
We definitely
That's
should.
a great idea. Yeah, it is a good idea.
We calling them out right now?
Yeah, we're calling you out. Chase and Dylan Hunter. We want to run twos.
I'm guarding Dill, though.
Yeah, I got Chase.
You have the height? You have the height advantage on them both.
On both, yeah. You can throw me lobs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Team captain in high school.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know how to lead a team.
Yeah, we'll lead.
So, bringing up high school, the whole process, so did you guys ever play together? I know you're 2 years older than Dan, but did you guys play together in high school?
Yeah, so his freshman year, my junior year, he was on the freshman team, but it lasted for I don't know. How long did it last?
I was JV originally, and then about 2 months in, they pulled me up to varsity, and then just started playing. And I think I started 2 games freshman year, but...
And then you fractured your fibula, but we played most of junior year and then all of my senior year together.
Okay.
Yeah.
How tall were you freshman year?
6'4". So...
Okay. And they put you on the freshman team that year?
Put me on the JV team, not freshman team,
Okay.
but still, yeah.
So you guys had a freshman JV and a varsity?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So your senior year obviously ended up with a bittersweet moment in your first round of the tournament. You were number 1 seed. And also Alter. What was that game? Obviously it was an upset, number 1 seed. What happened?
Man, you did your research.
Oh
my God, you just hit a soft spot. Alter was so I was in the Alter basketball program growing up, as a little kid. In that game, I ended up moving to CJ program because I was little. They never put me on the A team or whatever. So I ended up going to CJ's basketball program. And my junior year and senior year, we played a total of 5 times. 3 times my junior year and twice my senior year. And we had beat them handily every time, besides one time. But I was 5-0 against them. And it was personal. A bunch of my best friends from grade school went there. I knew all the families. We both did. And then, yeah, that last game, man, it hurts. It hurts. Yeah, we got our ass kicked.
Really, yeah. So it was a tough loss, but then obviously 2 years later, right, your senior year, you played them in the tournament. And different result, right?
Yeah, redeemed your loss, avenged you.
The redeem team.
Took them down, I think it was 3rd round. And then, we ended up making it to the Final Four, which was not expected, but that was a fun time.
Yeah, first time since 2015 you guys made it. So when you won it, did you have a little bit extra motivation to avenge the loss for him?
That was the whole talk leading up to it, month. As soon as we got the tournament draw, I remember I'm we're definitely gonna play him, and we ended up playing him, and I took care of business.
He was texting me and calling me before. He's like, "We're winning this game for you," and he did it.
Were you happy they won, or did you want him to?
Oh no!
Also feel the same pain.
No way. I was so happy they won. They had a streaming service, so I was watching every game. And for spring break that year, a bunch of my buddies went to Florida, and instead I went back to go watch them in the tournament, win a few games. Okay. Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, so did you guys always have a brotherly love growing up? Obviously, you go to college together and played high school together, but
we butted heads just like any other brothers.
Yeah.
When we were younger, for sure.
Even now. I lived with him. I lived in his living room all summer. So it was just...
That was a time.
Constant clashing.
Yeah.
What do you mean you lived in his living room?
This summer...
I didn't have an apartment yet. This past summer, yeah.
Because he was living in the shoeboxes, and he couldn't move into Grandmark until August 9th or something. Mm-hmm. And so he was literally living out on an air mattress. All his clothes were just in my room scattered.
Rough.
Shared a bathroom.
Rough living.
We're literally together almost every second, every day outside of class. So it's been we go some days where we just don't talk to each other, and we're right next to each other all day. Just because we're so close to just fighting. But it's never hate.
Yeah, I feel that's what roommates are like though, right? Obviously you want to hang out with them, but there's times where you just get home and just go in the room and don't talk to them, right?
For sure.
But I guess it's a little different because you're brothers.
Brothers. We have the same class schedule, so we go to class together. We got basketball.
Not the same
Same
classes.
class?
No.
No, not same classes, but like
Time.
8 a.m.s, 9 a.m.s on like Monday, Wednesday, and yeah, so
Yeah.
We share a car.
share a car.
Always together. Did you want to be roommates? Or did it just kind of work out?
Well, we're not even roommates.
Oh, you're not roommates?
Yeah, we're not roommates. I'm his neighbor. I'm his neighbor.
Okay.
Across the hall.
So in the summer, you just lived in because you wanted a place to stay.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we had basketball all summer.
Yeah.
And he had I guess you could have chosen somewhere
I
to
could have
stay.
stayed somewhere, but there's been extra money involved, and I wasn't.
And we're sharing the car, so he just.
There was really nothing better to do.
Yeah. So going back to high school now, I mean, obviously you guys came to Clemson, ended up making a team, but did you guys ever have interest from other schools, other like D1, D2, D3, and what happened in the recruitment process for the both of you?
You
You can go ahead.
You got it.
I had nothing. I was like 5'11", like $130. I was a little kid coming out of high school. I could shoot the ball though, so that's why I was semi-successful in high school, but I was not anywhere near like a college prospect. I hadn't matured physically in many ways at all. So yeah, I was just coming to school just for school.
Were you surprised? I mean, obviously you said the frame wasn't there, but I mentioned you were team captain. You were kind of one of the stars, one of the better players on the team. Were you surprised that you had no interest expressed to you, or is it just like it is what it is?
I was definitely surprised. I wanted to walk on at Indiana actually, and one of their assistant coaches called our high school to talk to our coach. And when our coach answered the call, this is our assistant coach at the time, by the way, not our head coach. But when the assistant coach answered the call, he called me down to the office. He was like, Indiana's head coach called, wants to know if you could be a walk-on. And I told him what we both know, that you're not ready and they should look for someone else.
So how did that make you feel?
I mean, it was a what?
It was not good.
Yeah, it was bad emotions. It kind of was just like a stab to the heart. But I knew I was worth more, so it didn't let it get to me personally because I know my own worth from a basketball standpoint, just how hard I'm gonna work. So I didn't really let it get to me, but it was pretty bad at the time.
Did you reach out to Indiana afterwards and say it was just done?
I was done at that point.
But done was done.
Yeah, at that point it was because I was still trying to choose where I was gonna go to school, and it was either Indiana, Ohio State, or Clemson. Mm-hmm. And Indiana was the only one I really had basketball possibilities. And so when that was out the door, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to Indiana anymore.
Were you just touring campuses? Just I like this school because of...
Yeah, I had no dream school. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to go make a name for myself and get away from home.
Okay. And then for you, Dan, I mean, you said you had some interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recruitment.
Yeah.
So what was that all like?
I had a few D3, a few D2s, no D1 offers. I was really just a big man, just hustler, in high school, only layups and dunks pretty much was my game, and rebounds. So
Still is.
So working on making that better, but I was just strictly a hustle player, so probably didn't have the skill level to go D1. But I didn't really want to go to the schools that were recruiting me. Weren't really the schools that I saw myself having fun and having a good time at. And I have friends that went to these D3, D2s around Ohio, and they're honestly all in corn country. So there's really not much going on, and they're they weren't half of them just transferred out within a month of being there, and then the other half are still there and they hate it. Yeah. So I was also COVID year, so I didn't really get to tour any schools. I applied to Clemson, got in, and one day I was just I'm gonna just go to Clemson, and came and just kind of followed him here. So
that was a funny story. He called me. He was like, "I'm coming to Clemson." I'm like, "Shoot, when, bro? It's gonna be a good weekend. When are you coming?" He's like, "No, I'm coming for school." And I was like, "Whoa, no way!" Yeah. And then the rest is history.
So did you know did you have an idea about walking on, or was it just I want to go to Clemson?
Go to Clemson, get a degree, and then just go on my life.
Nah, I knew he was gonna walk on.
Yeah.
I did want to manage, so like I was a manager with like did kind of the same thing he did, and then kind of like high school. Within like 2 months, they pulled me up on the team.
Yeah, it was not the same as me. No way, not even close. But you deserved it more than I did. I had to work for my spot. You did too, but you were more ready for it than I was when I was still here.
So he walked on in 2 months, and it took you
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, what was your process like? And you said you came on as a manager, but you said it's like way different than just.
Yeah, well,
you're 6'7" walking in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
6'7".
6'7".
Different, but what was your process like, Jack? Because obviously you had a team manager, scout team, then team.
Yeah, it was a long road, and there were like people tell you that like people are gonna say like you're not gonna get it, like just give up. There's gonna be doubters, and it's super cliche, but it's so true. Like 75% of the program was telling me there was no chance, and it didn't stop me. Like my freshman year, I didn't do anything besides go to the gym to lift and go play basketball at Fike or Little John. And Devin Foster, who's also like did the whole thing with me. The Canton kid, Mr. Massachusetts. Shout out Dev Foster, Big 14. We played one-on-one every day after practice. Like we'd be there holding our towels and play one-on-one and then play pickup. Then go to the gym every single day. And like from a practice standpoint, I didn't really have much of a choice whether I was getting in or not early on. So it started out like if I'm into rebound, I'm going to be sprinting for every rebound to show like that I'm fast. Mm-hmm. Or if I get into like guard somebody, I'm going to try as hard as I can. I'm trying to get as many steals as possible. And like the players will hate you for that stuff. Like if you steal the ball from a scholarship guy and like it's a drill or like you're not on the team, they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be like, chill out, dude, like stop. And I did not stop. Mm-hmm. It was like relentless. Like I'm gonna do whatever I can, like till I have no choice.
Yeah, well, you had to earn your way. I mean, you couldn't just slack off and not get that steal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to do it to impress the coaches in a sense, right?
Yeah, really just want to show them I belonged. Also, like got to shout out my dad. The summer before I walked on, like the whole summer I was there, he made me call our Dobo and like say, hey, I want to walk on, like kind of demand it. And I was never going to do that. I was going to wait for them to say something, but thankfully I didn't.
Because that helped you have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then for you, Dan, 2-month process. Did you guys go through what was it like?
No, not nearly. At first day of practice, I remember.
Well, tell them the first day I brought you in.
Oh, first day he brought me in for pickup, and this was just like with coaches and managers, and he just kept feeding me the ball, and I just kept making layups, But first day of practice, I remember I pinned Nick Honor on the glass, and they didn't know my name at this point, so from that point till the next year maybe, they were calling me Big Jack.
He was Big Jack for the longest.
Big Jack. And then around end of November, I had one really good day of practice, and because I had been on the scout team, I had been playing every day. Had one really good day of practice, and after the Dobo came up to me, he's like, "Hey Dan, what's your favorite number?" I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, "What number did you wear in high school?" I was like, "Oh, 32." He's like, "What size shirt and shorts are you?" I was like, "Why is he asking me this?" It took me a second to realize, and then I didn't want to assume he was hinting. And then next week he's like, "You got to come in. Got to talk to you about something." He's like, "You got to get a sickle cell test and all this other stuff. You got to fill out this form." And then they're like, "Yeah, you're walking on." I was like, "Oh, this is great." And I didn't think it would happen. I thought it was going to take at least a year.
Yeah.
But 2 months, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. So when you guys both found, were you on the team already when he was walking on, or did you guys walk on the same exact time?
No, I was told I was walking on in late July or early August before the school year started.
So you knew well before.
Yeah, I knew because I was talking to our Dobo in July and we were kind of working it out. But Brownell officially told me in August, and Devin at the same time. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty evident that you knew Dan was going to walk on after he started dominating in practice.
Okay.
Yeah. When I got told to, I was told not to tell him, and I didn't. But then our adobo, Matt Buckland, he spoiled the surprise for him. So
I knew it was coming though.
yeah.
So like you were just gonna show up one day?
I was gonna show up one day, and then coach was gonna announce it.
Didn't he
at the
announce
end.
it though?
He announced it at like the end of practice, and
practice.
everyone found out.
Okay. So what were the emotions like when you first found out though, like the both of you? Because obviously you worked hard and it's still college basketball. I mean, like what was it like for the both of you when you found out? No, like by the way, you respond to the team now.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
I mean, I was so happy,
Yeah.
like, cause that was my goal of that year, and the fact that I accomplished it as early as I did, like, was just mind blowing to me. And then being able to play with him again, I mean, he's the reason I play basketball. Like, I probably wouldn't be playing basketball if, he wasn't here in the picture. So
it was just so many emotions. Cause like he came to Clemson out of nowhere. I made the team like after like a long grind. Like that's such a huge accomplishment for me. Like, and then he makes the team and like all these amazing things are happening at once. And now like I have the next 2 years on the Clemson basketball team with my brother. It was just pure joy. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's been so fun. Like the whole process.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, obviously making the team's cool, but being with your brother, you said that he got you into wanting to play basketball in general.
yeah,
So like you wouldn't have played basketball ever before if he wasn't.
probably not. I mean, I probably would have played. I probably wouldn't have been as into it. I don't know, my brain just works differently.
Yeah.
I think.
He's so smart.
You're built different. Like you're
He is
Built
built.
different.
He is built so different. So different. I'm gonna brag about you for a
No, you
sec.
can't. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right.
you're not gonna.
Guitar, sings,
So
piano,
you can play the guitar.
drums.
Yeah, I can't
No,
play
you're
the
a
guitar.
guitar right there. So you're telling
Yes.
me-
You definitely did some research.
No, that was just a coincidence.
Oh, really?
I swear. That actually was a coincidence.
I
And tell
could
what's
play
your major? Is it
Microbiology.
microbiology? Yeah.
So
Okay.
I want to be a doctor.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
Okay.
So.
What's that like handling? Obviously, microbiology is very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and obviously, I mean, yeah, what's it like handling school with basketball?
It's been a lot this year, especially. I just kind of had to lock in, and it's practice, school. So it's like wake up, go to practice, go to class. In between class and practice, I'll probably study at the library, and then after practice, I'll study again. So it's not much time for much else, but
Yeah. Studying hoops.
studying
Studying
hoops.
So what's your major?
I'm business with entrepreneurship of this area, so not as strenuous as the microbio.
But it's still school and hoops.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
It is a lot.
those two together.
I think the hardest part about everything though is like right now for me is finding a job for next year.
Yeah, because you're graduating.
Graduating in May.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no internships. I haven't so that's been stressful. Everything's gonna work out. I hope, but like trying to put together like interviews and working on my resume every day and just trying to talk to different companies and stuff is stressful. Trying to find time with basketball.
Do you want to stay in the sports industry after you graduate, or is it just anything at this point?
That's a great question. I mean, I love sports. I've also realized how much of a business sports is, being in this side, like being a part of the program now. Honestly, whatever just is the best position. I want to be. I don't want to be any further south than here. But if I can stay in sports, that'd be great. If not, great. I'll go work hard wherever I go.
Okay. And then obviously you're not going to stay in sports and microbiology.
Yeah. Hopefully med school
Yeah.
somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah. Hoop there? Can you play basketball?
I was about to ask him that.
Yeah, I might want to hoop wherever I go.
You could go do a fifth year, get a scholarship
Exactly.
for school.
Yeah, that would be huge. Huge.
It would be. So when you were looking at schools, obviously you had the idea of being a team manager when you came to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
But did you want to be? Would you have been like a team manager if you went to, Ohio State?
No.
Or was it just because he was here and he was a team manager?
Him.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
So if you went to Ohio State, would you go to Ohio State?
He would never go to Ohio State, first of all.
Yeah.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You went to
Yeah.
Wake Forest or.
Yeah. Yeah. If you went to Wake Forest, I'd probably be at Wake Forest right now. So, yeah. This I think is the only ACC school I applied to.
Me too.
Because of you.
Why'd you apply to Clemson?
Well,
Did you tour?
I applied to Clemson because of a recommendation from an old friend. Ex-girlfriend recommended I apply. So I applied and I got in, and I really didn't I wasn't even a college football fan growing up. Like, I watched, but I didn't care for any team. I just knew I hated Ohio State. And when I was going through my list or whatever, my mom was like, we have to go visit Clemson. I'm like, why? Like, I don't really care for it. But she's like, made us go visit. Visited, loved the campus. People were great here, as you know, as anyone knows. There is something in these hills.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something. I mean, you come here and you just love it. I mean, at least for me, I love being here.
Love it too. I love it.
Great decision. It's the best decision I've ever made.
Where else did you apply to?
I applied to Florida, Georgia, Ohio State, Cincinnati. I'm blanking. Other schools. Obviously South Carolina. Moving back to basketball.
Yeah.
When you played your first game, what was it like just going out there and saying oh, I'm on the court now? I believe it was against who was it against? You know, obviously.
Do I know? It was the first game I got in?
Yeah, first game that you got in.
It was last year at home versus...
Was it something in Maryland? No. It wasn't Loyola.
Loyola, Maryland was this year. Okay. I honestly don't remember who it was last year. I guess what I can say is when I got in, it was it was kind of surreal.
Yeah.
In a way. Just growing up. Dayton's a huge basketball school. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
So First Four's there. Our dad runs the First Four, actually.
Really?
Yeah, in Dayton. So I grew up just every Dayton game I was at was just obsessed with college basketball. And getting in a game was just unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know why I don't remember the team. I guess I care more about just our big wins as a team more than my individual time on the court.
Well, this is probably a big game right here. Is when you guys played together against Notre Dame. At Notre Dame, you were on the court together. Mm-hmm. I mean, that must have been somewhat special.
Yeah, it was.
His first game together.
That was the first game we got in
together. It was a good time.
We were getting killed, though.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
And the whiteboard, that was getting made fun of by the student section bad.
The whiteboard?
Notre Dame has this thing called the whiteboard.
Mm-hmm. Is it a thing, or is
yes,
it just
they
brought
Dame,
a whiteboard?
No, they have a Twitter account called the whiteboard.
Oh.
Okay.
And they just do roasts on there. And they were targeting me the whole game, not even the guys playing.
So even when you're not in?
Oh, the whole time I was on the bench, it was just Jack the whole time.
Was it fun?
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. Some was hurt. Some of it hurt though. Some of it was painful.
So how deep was it?
One of them was Dan's older brother, stuff like that. They were talking about our mom a little bit.
Okay.
They came at me. They came at me about my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I mean, it was funny. But they were DMing me after the game apologizing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice of them. Yeah.
That's a little nice.
They love me.
They loved you?
Yeah,
they loved it.
They love me. They never make fun of me. Only him.
Did they give you a compliment? Or was it just...
Sometimes they'll give me a compliment while insulting him.
Okay.
Okay.
So that must have been fun for you.
Oh, it's always a good time. It's everywhere. It's everywhere we go.
When he had the long hair, we were at in Atlanta, and they were calling him Robin Lopez.
And they're calling him. He had a buzz cut.
My barber messed up my hair, and they were calling me Skin Fade.
Skin Fade and
Robin Lopez.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but getting in together was really cool. I know our parents were there too, so it was pretty special for them to see that as well.
Okay. Do they try and go to a lot of the games?
Yeah, there are more games than they really should be.
Really? So do they ever come to games in Clemson?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Who'd they come to? Who did Dad and Mr. Balky come to this year?
Just randomly.
Yeah, my dad and his friend.
They drove down the day of for a game and then drove back. They literally got here when the game started and then got left as soon as the game was over.
Really?
Yeah, 7.5 hour drive through the night.
What was it like seeing that? I mean, do you have a good relationship? Obviously, you have a good relationship with your parents, but when moments like that, is it just crazy?
Yeah, it was fun to see. I think I didn't even know until 10 minutes before the game, or not 10 minutes, but 10 minutes before we got on the court, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're almost there." I was like,
Yeah, well, it's so nice knowing like how much he cares, because in high school he missed like one game in our whole like 2-year career together. He was at every other game, like regardless of work. He found a way to get there, and they've been to like 10 plus games this year, including like 3 or 4 in Clemson, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Ohio to Clemson is not
Especially for
easy trip.
and we're not even playing. So
Fair enough. I mean, were your parents like more excited about you guys getting on the team than you guys were? Do you think?
I think they enjoy watching it. They enjoy everything about it, except they just don't know the things we go through every day.
Yeah.
You know, going up against people twice our size, getting hit. But it's, I mean, not to say it's not fun. I mean, I love it. I love it so much. But some days are rough. But yeah, they get to enjoy it without all the pain and suffering.
I think our dad is super proud, and our mom, but I think our dad more so.
I saw that you used to put like clips of you guys on like YouTube.
Those YouTube videos.
Did you see the one with like
he had the fake crowd
the
noise?
fake crowd noise in the background. Yes, he put
crazy.
highlight tape and it was like people cheering, like just on repeat.
What a goober.
I
Yeah.
saw one where you got like a layup at the last second to, I'm assuming, tie the game.
Oh, at Fenwick.
I do remember that
Yeah.
game. Did we win? Yeah, we won.
We did.
We won
Our best,
the game.
our best player, he was 20-something a game. Milton Gage, he got hurt, and I don't know. I was like our second leading scorer, the captain, I guess, and I ended up hitting a shot with a few seconds left to send the game to overtime.
Yeah.
Ended up winning overtime. It was a pretty good moment for me.
I bet. I mean, that's exciting, right?
Oh, yeah.
As time was expiring. That's.
It was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah. Did you have any big games?
Oh yeah. So it was my senior year in the tournament, and we were playing like number 1 seed, and this team was undefeated. And they're like, I knew a bunch of their team. They're like like 30 minutes north of us. And there was like, beef between us, like kind of rivals, kind of not.
Yeah.
And we were playing them, and
I got to come home for this game.
Yeah, he was there for the game. Okay. So halftime we were down like 22.
Seriously.
And morale was low. We were in the locker room, and our coach put in one of our players, Keon. He was like a football player. Didn't really play basketball, but he was like, he had the legs. Defense was his thing, and so we put him on like their best player. And
where's he going? Was it Ben Knotzman?
Yeah, Ben Knotzman. He plays at
Was it Winthrop or Withrow?
No. Something with an L.
Lipscomb.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
Where does he go?
Lemon?
No.
Lemon?
No. I don't know why.
It's a cool school.
Doesn't matter. If
All
you
right.
think of it, say it.
I will.
Anyways, Keon locked him up the rest of the game, and there was just a moment, and I got a fast break dunk, and put us like down like 4 within like 4 minutes. We ended up coming back, winning the whole game, and it was like the most like my best basketball memory I've ever had.
Okay. And was yours the layup, or was it something else?
No, the layup was definitely not my best memory. It was a good game. I mean, it was a good moment. Yeah, it was cool. It was a layup. I'd say
Your 30-point game against
Lima. Nah, that was a good one though. I think it was my junior year. We were playing Alter.
Alter. Okay.
Just super big rivalry. Those games just mean more. We were playing Alter at our home gym, and we were down I think we were down 22 in the third quarter. And there's no shot clock.
That's facts.
And there was really no chance. We just started pressing. Were you playing that game?
Yeah.
A little bit? Yeah. We just started pressing. We brought in the sophomore, and slowly, but we just started hitting threes. Everyone started hitting threes. I had 3 or 4 in the third or fourth quarter. This kid named Sean Manker had 3 or 4 late in the game. And somehow, some way, we crawled back and won the game. And it was nuts. It was nuts. But obviously, I don't like to talk about that game because they had the last laugh.
He did have a nickname in high school though, because he'd always drop 20 plus against Alter. So we called him Alter Jack.
Yeah, Alter Jack.
Alter Jack.
The Alter Killer.
Okay. And so wait, you lost that game?
No, we won that game.
Oh,
Came back from
you
22 down.
lost.
I'm the last
Okay,
game against
I
him.
got you. I got you. That is
Yeah,
an ideal situation to go
not ideal.
and did. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. It's all right. He avenged me.
Avenger.
Do you Alright. So this question, this might be a little weird. Not really, but it's like,
Go ahead.
are you guys like when you do something like really good? Is he more proud of it for you, or are you like more proud of it for yourself? Like, let's say you accomplish something really good. Like, we'll go to Dan. This is probably a better example. He beat Alter, right? Like, were you more proud of him for beating Alter than he was of himself for beating Alter?
I think so. I think I'm his biggest hype man.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In practice, like I'm hyping up everything he does. Like high school, I was recording him. I was like calling people. I was calling him about like just to have him introduce himself to the players on the team, just because like I wanted people to know who he was. Like this is my brother. Like he is that guy. Like I hope you know that. So yeah.
How big is it to have that, like, you guys push yourselves, like, push each other, I should say. Like, how big is it to have that support from one another? I mean, would you do the same thing for Jack?
Yeah, I do it a little differently. He's more positive reinforcement. I'm more, not negative, but I'm more like, I don't do it the same way he does it.
Yeah. Do you, like, yell at him or something? Like,
Yell sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I just, when I know, like, what he has to do, I'll just tell him straight up. Like, there's no beating around it. Like, no sugarcoating. No sugarcoating at all. He sugarcoats some things a little bit.
I sugarcoat. My dad sugarcoats.
I don't sugarcoat. I'm just like, dude, she's not all that.
So going to Clemson now, the practices, just what are those like? I mean, obviously it's like real Division I basketball. What is it all like?
Well, as of late, I've been kind of injured. Like I have a boot on right now. I have a pretty bad ankle sprain.
Okay.
And then I have a Volgen fracture in my pelvis that was bugging me earlier this semester. But like when we do practice together, like when we're in a pick and roll against anybody, I really don't think there's many people that can stop us. Just the chemistry is ridiculous. Whether it's in practice, like we did it against Georgia Tech, we did it against Richmond. Like anytime we're in a pick and roll setting, it's kind of automatic. I'll get it to him on the roll, and then he'll make a good play to someone else or go score. And defensively, like Brownell always gets like on us. Daniel's a problem in the paint, like just aggressive. Like he will hit somebody. Like if you ask PJ Hall or Ian Shefflin or Ben Middlebrooks, like they struggle with him. He's a problem down. He's a force. And like I wouldn't say I'm the same way guarding like Chase and Dylan and Josh and Alex or Brevin, but like I'm out there like I'm a little pest out there. Like and Brownell gets mad because sometimes our enthusiasm, as he likes to say, gets the best of us.
Like you push him too hard, or
he's scared we'll like hurt people.
Which is fair.
It is fair. A fair
Sometimes
statement.
we do things that
We should just chill out.
dangerous.
Dangerous plays.
Just
dirty?
No, never dirty.
No, but like
Not practice level.
it's like some things you want to do in the game and not in practice, like
diving on the floor, like
chase down a block and block someone on a fast break. We're not saying I don't do that. We don't do that.
we don't do fast breaks in practice.
But that's for an example. Like if someone's going up for a wide open fast break,
You can't
there's
just
but there's
Oh,
a
no.
chance
Yeah,
there's a
we're
chance
letting
he
him
would
go.
do it
You
over
can't be
anybody
like
else.
LeBron in, like, game six.
no, we
Nah.
don't take charges. We don't take charges. Like
I do take charges.
I mean,
They get
but
mad at it.
there's
That's
no
our point. They get
There's
mad
no-
at yeah.
Okay. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what we gotta,
Gotta do what
yeah.
you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you hurt your foot?
This was on Monday.
So it was recent.
Yeah, about a week ago.
A week ago.
Not today.
A week ago.
Week ago. Okay. Dylan was coming downhill down the lane, and we were doing Florida State scout, and they front the post, they deny the wings, and so Dan was like fronting the post with Ben, and Dylan just dribbled right down like towards Ben, and Dan was on top of him, and so my like leg went in between Dan's legs and it buckled.
I don't even want to think about it.
And then the ankle rolled and got like stuck for a few seconds. I screamed
You
so
screamed?
loud.
You screamed.
It was so loud.
It was like, No.
It was, well, I can't actually do the scream, but I knew after it was done, it was embarrassing. Like, it was a loud scream. It hurt.
It was loud.
It was so loud.
Do you make fun of now the scream?
I was making fun of myself. I mean, it lasted. No one's making fun of anybody for getting hurt.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I mean, like 3 days later.
The scream though. The scream was.
The scream was funny. Yeah, people were laughing about the scream in the
that's
moment.
what I mean,
Yeah.
Not in the moment, obviously that'd be.
I think people were laughing in the moment.
Really?
I started laughing about the scream like
laughed.
like afterwards.
Uh,
Yeah.
I laughed.
you laughed.
I laughed.
Because you're not really hearing screams of pain.
I knew he was gonna be okay. I mean,
Yeah.
For sure.
he'll be okay later.
You'll survive.
Been making good progress.
Yeah. When does that come off?
Well, it was off today. I've been doing treatment every day. Today I was kind of just trying to walk on it more, and I was doing lunges and stuff with our trainer. But I hope I'm like in a uniform again within a week and a half.
Okay, that's good. That'd be good. So, looking ahead for Clemson basketball, right? Obviously, March Madness is the goal. But I was just thinking about this. Since you guys are from Dayton, you said your dad's a huge part of the organizing the first four, and obviously your expectations are like not have to be in the first four and go farther. But like, how cool would that be to be playing, like have Clemson in the Dayton area for the first four? That'd be cool.
Yeah, we've had this conversation. Yes.
Let's re-emphasize the fact that we do not want to be in the first four.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Let's re-emphasize that. That is not the goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have talked about it.
We have talked about it. And if it were to happen, that would be one hell of a game for us.
Mean a lot.
It would. We know so many people in the Dayton community, and the whole Dayton community is obsessed with basketball.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Dayton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, you have to be.
Have to be. So like, if Clemson was there, hypothetically, there would be thousands of people in orange in the stands, just because they know who we are.
I saw a clip on like YouTube or something, like I guess some of your family like travels from Florida to the first four like every year.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that like a thing?
Yeah, our aunt and uncle, and then our grandparents. Yeah, they come to the first for every year.
Every year.
Huge
Every year.
fans, committed. Very committed.
Also supporting our dad.
Did you ever think about going to Dayton? I mean, like, never?
So Dayton is actually closer to our house than our high school. So
No, it's not.
yes, it is. Dayton, UD.
UD, I think the high school.
You've been away from home for too long.
I have been home. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it is.
It's
So,
also like going to 13th grade. Like
everyone goes there.
everyone, we're the number one feeder school to Dayton from our high school, which isn't a problem. I love all my high school friends and everyone that was at my high school. It was just I wanted to get away, and my dad my dad went to Dayton. Like we've been Dayton our whole life. Everywhere I went, it was you're JP's son, because we kind of looked alike growing up, and I just didn't want that.
Yeah.
No offense to you, pops.
I still get your Jack's brother.
From who?
No, I mean
No,
when I first got here.
when you first got
And
here,
they're
not
like,
anymore.
"Oh, you're the little brother."
I get your Dan's brother too now.
Do they say little brother or older?
They don't. They just say Dan's brother.
Is it because of the height?
Yeah.
Oh, everywhere we go, I'm the little bro.
Little bro.
Always.
But he's not little bro. He's older bro.
Yeah, he's the man, right? He got you here.
He is, exactly.
Preach.
Got you here. So, with Clemson, with your season almost up, obviously the year coming up, I mean, have you had a chance to think, obviously we talked about like jobs, internships, but have you had a chance like to reflect on Clemson and playing here and everything else? Like savoring every moment?
I go into every day grateful for the opportunity to be here. Like I literally every game I'm sitting there, whatever arena we're in, whether it's Little John or wherever we're playing at, it's like I'm so blessed to have this like chance to be here right now.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about reflecting on it yet because we're still in season. Right now like my focus is getting back so I can help the team so we can win a game, and the whole team's focused on this Wednesday against Syracuse. So that's really my main focus, but I have nothing but great things to say about Clemson when it is all said and done, and I can't wait to reflect on it.
Yeah. Bringing up the Syracuse game, what's like prep like for a game? Watching film and scout and all that. Like, is it a long process or is it quick? I mean, it is like you played Saturday, now you play Wednesday, so it's a quick turnaround, but is it a lot of prep?
A lot of prep.
A lot of prep.
So it's film, a lot of film, practice for, 2 hours a day at least.
Our staff puts in so many hours.
Then we do, film later after practice, and then
Film with position
have
groups.
a meeting. We'll like talk about other stuff.
Reminders in our scouting reports.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hours to fit in 2 days, which is usually how much we have.
Yeah.
So
because you get Sunday off, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we have to have 1 day off a week, like mandatory by compliance. But like our typical 2-day prep will be, and this is minus the staff. The staff is in there for probably 13, 14 hours a day watching film. Like, I don't think anyone works harder than Clemson basketball staff.
Yeah.
Brownell, great coach, one of the best in the biz when it comes to scouting, and I don't think that's even debatable. But like 2-day prep. We came in this morning most people got there like 6:45, 7. Had shooting, did some skill work, left. People came back to get a lift in. Then you watch film, practice, while like we do scout stuff for the other team, practice against the guys. And then afterwards, guys go to watch film with their position groups. And then you leave. You watch film on your own at home. Tomorrow, do we have early morning tomorrow or no?
pretty much the same thing tomorrow.
Same thing
and then
tomorrow,
we'll have a
yeah.
meeting after practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then that's when we'll kind of like go through the scouting report and go over personnel of the guys. And so.
Yeah. And then it's game day.
Then it's game day.
Game day, we have a morning shooting before game day. It's another practice, like it's 7 a.m. I think this week on Wednesday. It's early, necessary though. And then a game.
Is that like the only thing you do before, like just shoot around and get there before and do whatever you do before the game?
Yeah.
Kinda. I mean, everyone but it's regimen. Like on a game day, we play at 7. We'll have to be at Little John by 3:45 for a meeting, and then team meal, and then after team meal, you have position work at like 5:20, 5:40, and then like 6, or not even 6. It's at whatever. The 3 position groups go: the bigs, forwards, and guards, and then we get into our team warm up.
Yeah. Okay. And then it's
game time.
Game.
Yeah.
Okay. So a big thing that I want to know about at least. What's like the pregame fit thing like? Do you actually like plan it out? Like you put it on your bed the night before, like you're going to school, and
Sometimes.
or just like you throw 'em what you got.
Well, earlier on, I didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but like these guys, like the environment we're in, like that's their environment. Like the NBA guys, like these D1 guys, like they like to dress.
And I know Brevin and Gibson, Chauncey Gibson,
They have the best fits on the team.
Yeah.
For sure.
They flaunt for sure. They like to wear their designer, as you know.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, we're not buying designer, but yeah, I don't know about you. I love the pregame fit days.
Yeah.
I like to match, I don't want to wear like green pants and, a pink.
So this would be like a regular fit.
There's something like this, something basic. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy. But, yeah. I mean, I like to look good with what I have. I'm not, I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much trip.
I like your
The
fit.
shoes are nice. I like your fit. Very nice fit.
It's a great fit. It's a great
The
fit.
dunks are a
Little
great
quarter
touch.
zip, little
Yeah.
polo.
I had to do something for this, not just a regular hoodie.
Are those
Looks
Nike
good.
sweats?
Yeah, of course.
Nice, very
Nice.
nice.
No, I'm a big Ralph fit guy though.
I am too. I like the
Just,
monochrome.
same color, like sweats and hoodie.
I'll wear a girl outfit for you tomorrow.
Really?
I will.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, got you.
I don't believe you.
I will.
Tomorrow's not the pregame fit day. He'll do it Wednesday.
What do you mean? Oh, wait, tomorrow's Tuesday.
Oh, that's facts.
Days are long.
Day is long.
This has been a long day.
It has been.
Has been.
What's your year? You're doing the interview?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So I got a few more questions that aren't necessarily basketball related, but moments. I saw that you got this guy's arm sleeve once.
No, you did. How?
Yeah.
You did not see that.
I even have a video of it.
You have the video?
Yeah.
The video's good. It's.
Yeah, you're
I was like 13.
How'd you find
I
that?
got the sleeve. My voice is cracking. I got the.
I got it on Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah. But yeah, what was that like?
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious because I was sitting with my cousin and I was talking to her. I'm like, LeBron throws his arm sleeve near the tunnel after every game. And she's like, yeah? I'm getting that sleeve. She's like, no, you're not. Got the sleeve. And as I'm walking out, everyone's like, oh, you're definitely sniffing that later. It's like, maybe.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
So LeBron's the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
Yes, LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron is the GOAT.
LeBron's the
RJ
GOAT.
Godfrey will confirm LeBron is the GOAT.
LeBron is definitely the GOAT. I don't want all this MJ stuff. I mean, he's not the GOAT by any means.
LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah. Period. Yeah. I mean, is that like a being in Dane is like LeBron like the guy there, or is it? Because
Yes.
how close is Dane to Cleveland?
Far.
But we still associate ourselves
With
with.
basketball. And
Yeah.
Cleveland.
I was never a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
I was never an Ohio fan in general. But it was always Bron, the GOAT. Always.
I mean, if you're a Pittsburgh guy, like you can't like Cleveland at all.
Yeah.
Or Cincinnati.
Not a fan.
Are you Steelers guy too?
By association.
No, you are.
I pretty much do everything he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you just like follow him in terms of like?
He leads though. He
Yeah.
does his own thing.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. I guess I could. We follow each other's trends. If he starts doing something, I'm gonna start doing it. Whether it's in the gym or a lifestyle thing or a clothing thing, we'll both kind of just take it on. There's days we'll leave the house and we'll be wearing the same outfit, unplanned.
Really?
Yes.
Exact
It's
same
weird.
thing.
It's happened multiple times.
Exact same thing. It's
really weird.
scary.
Yeah. I mean, when you're around each other for so long, of course you're gonna be wearing the same
Yeah.
thing, saying the same things.
Do we have similar mannerisms from just this interview so far or no?
Not necessarily. I mean, your arms are crossed. His hands have always been like that. The only thing I'll say is you like to talk. I mean, that sounds bad.
I do like to
That does
talk.
sound bad.
You
I
do
don't
like
know,
to
maybe
talk.
in a bad way.
No.
You talk more than he does.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Your brothers. You have a couple younger brothers, right? Are they coming to Clemson? Are they gonna play basketball at Clemson? Are they walking on?
No.
I'll let you talk about the twins.
I mean, you can talk about them. They don't play basketball.
They don't hoop.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they could hoop, but honestly, I think with our success, they don't really it kind of
They're blazing their own path.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. And so then you said you're talking about the process of game day, off season. Is that different, or is it just a lot more chill?
I think off season's more intense than in season.
Really, because conditioning and everything.
Yeah, it's basketball workouts like practice, but then you have super intense lifting programs.
But it's
on
also
top of it.
it's shorter practices with more intensity to the practice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll have practice for 2 hours now and have more breaks, but in the summer will be hour-long workouts, and it'll be go the whole time.
Okay, that makes sense. So, toughest player to guard in practice or go against?
The silence is loud.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like guarding Chase.
Chase, is he shifty?
He's shifty. I've been guarding Chase for 4 years. We're the same class. So I'm not going to say I know and I can just guard Chase whenever I want, because I can't. Because Chase could be an all-conference player. But it's just, he's so fast and just strong at the same time. So even if I'm standing in front of him, he could just give me a shoulder or chest, and there's nothing I can do. He's just an athletic freak. He's very tough to guard. And I guess if I were guard a big, but I'm never guard.
Yeah.
So I'd say Chase.
TJ?
PJ. His hook shot is just unblockable.
Is that Kareem?
It's almost it's almost like Kareem.
Almost like Kareem?
Can't block it, but I think we're both lucky we don't have to guard Hunt.
Okay.
I think Hunt
Because
is
he can do it all. Stretch, come down low.
he's a crazy player. Yeah, I don't think either of us could guard him.
Could be a conference player of the year.
Could be.
Should be.
Should be.
Should be.
Definitely should be.
He's averaging almost a double-double?
Almost a double A's. I think he's I think he's 16 and 9 point something a game.
Yeah, which is insane.
Insane.
Especially in college. I mean, scoring is a premium in college.
Mm-hmm. In the ACC.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Tough conference. A few more questions for you. Duke game, atmosphere. Have you guys seen anything like that before?
At Clemson? No.
Never
For a basketball game.
Never.
We should have won that game.
The Duke game?
We won that game.
You did.
Oh, I thought we were talking about at Duke last year. Never mind.
Oh, that game too. Yeah, I mean.
We should have won that game.
Yeah.
But Duke here?
Duke here wasn't. Yeah,
it was exciting. Everyone was here for Clemson basketball. I mean, we loved it.
Actually, I might change my answer. My freshman year, neither of y'all were here yet. We beat Louisville, Florida State, and Duke at home when they were all top 6 in the country.
Seriously.
Louisville, I think, was number 6, but I think we beat Duke when they were number 3, and Florida State when they were like number 4 or 5. The craziest I had seen Little John was when we beat Florida State that year.
Didn't they rush the court?
We rushed the court all 3 times.
But I
But
was at the Florida State game. It was a.
that was when Alamir Dawes,
second, right?
Alamir Dawes came down the court and had a game-winning, like crazy left-handed lay, and I was right on the baseline with my phone, and I rushed the court and I was first in midcourt.
And you were.
Manager.
And you could have your phone?
Well, I wasn't. Like, I was like low-end manager. Like, I wasn't even allowed on the bench manager.
Oh, so you weren't even really part of the team at that point?
Well, I was.
I mean, like, you were
Like,
on
I was
the
just.
team.
I was just at practice, like, with a towel,
Okay.
and I could come to the games and help rebound.
Free seats at the game.
Yeah,
Free
that's
seats.
super nice. You don't need to wait in line.
No.
Anything.
Nope.
Were they good seats? Like, front row? Like, behind the bench?
You don't get a seat. It's like you rebound for the guys before the game,
Oh.
and then you just go find a seat that's
Okay,
open.
okay,
And
I
luckily,
get
there was a seat wide open, like under the rim.
That game was nuts. Tevin Mack was there, too.
Tevin Mack, Curran Scott,
It was Amir Sayers was obviously there.
Amir, Clyde.
Clyde. Yeah, the trap. He's at he's gone, or is he at?
He's not playing basketball right now.
Yeah.
He's doing his own thing.
Yeah, he went to
Clothing
Chicago.
brand right now.
Yeah. He was a guy that could be dripped out for pregame fits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my last question, Brad Burnell. Obviously, like, what is he like as a coach, but like as a person too? I've heard. I mean, I feel like I've talked to so many players. Like, obviously, Brevin. You see on Twitter, like, the players love him, right? Like, what's he like though? Like,
Best coach I've ever had. I mean, by far. I think he cares about us, definitely. I mean, he pulled me up on the team, so it's got to say something. But yeah, like he was saying earlier, he just puts so many hours. Like, he's so committed to, making our program good. That I've never seen anything like it.
Like the life lessons he gives us is so much more like than him just being just a coach. He preaches integrity. He preaches like being a good person, like staying true to your faith. And he preaches like just working hard. Like, nothing's going to come to you easy. Like, you got to work for what you're going to get. And like, on top of all that, like everything he's doing, he tells us this, he just wants us to, like, as a team and a program, to get what we deserve from all the hard work we put in. Like, before the season, he was telling us about, our facilities. Like, there's been major upgrades to Little John over the past, I don't even know how many years, but like new locker room, new weight room. Little John in general got revamped how many years ago?
I'm not sure, but it's super nice.
Super nice.
Insanely nice.
Yeah, and he was just saying it's like he's doing all this and helping get all these like upgrades just for like the program for the kids. So shout out Nelly.
Shout out Nelly. Yeah.
Is that what you guys call him?
No.
Nah, be Nelly, Brownie.
We don't call him to his face.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
To his face, it's coach.
Say that in practice.
It's yes coach, no coach.
Yeah. Makes sense. So, you play the guitar, you dance. You guys ever just like dance to him playing the guitar?
I mean, he's tried to teach me to dance. I've tried to teach him to play guitar.
That's true.
Neither of us can do the other. So
No, that's not true. He can dance a little bit, and I can
and
play
he
the
can play
guitar
guitar
a little bit.
a little bit, but a little bit's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dance in public.
And he dances from the locker room.
I like to dance. That's true.
You're the hype man.
Yeah, I try to be.
Fair enough. That's cool. That's cool. Well, Dan, Jack, I appreciate you guys coming up. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything to say before? Anything in general doesn't have to be Clemson or basketball related. But
Can I make it basketball related?
yeah, it could be anything.
Come support. We'd love to see you at the games for everyone who's watching.
Yes, just stay true to us, guys. Like, thanks for tuning in. Need all the support we can get from you guys coming down this final stretch. We're not even close to giving up. We're not done. We're pushing for wins and wins and wins, and we need you guys' help.
Well, that's another episode of Gameball, joined by Jack and Dan Nauseef, and appreciate you guys watching.